Here we're going to look at the graph of a function and analyze the graph, finding some information about it. For this graph, we want to find f of -1. So remember that f of -1 is really an ordered pair where the x value is -1 and I don't know the y. So to find this from the graph, we're going to go to -1 on the x-axis, and then we want to hit the graph, and so you have to make a choice. You're going to go up or down. Well, the graph is up, and we hit the graph at the point -1, 2. So f of -1 is equal to 2. Next, we're going to find f of 2. So my x value for this is 2. So go to the x-axis at 2, and we have to go up to hit the graph, and we land at 1. So f of 2 equals 1. Now f of 6. Go to 6 on the x-axis, and you have to go down to hit the graph, and you land on an open point, which is located at 6, -2. But because it's an open circle, it's a hole in the graph, so it's actually undefined. Now, for what value of x is f of x equal to 3? This time we're going the other way. We don't know x, but we know the y is 3. So I need to go to y equals 3, and you're going horizontally out to hit the graph, and you might hit it in more than one spot. So at y equals 3, I see I just have a graph on the left side. So find out where it hits the graph, go down to the x-axis, and it's between -4 and -5. So the x value is going to be -4.5. For what value of x is f of x equal to 0? So now we want to know what's x when y is 0. So go to y equals 0, go left and right to hit the graph. So at y equals 0, if I go left, I hit the graph at x equals -3. And if I go right, I hit the graph at x equals 4. So there are two x values where y is equal to 0. Let's try this with another graph. This graph is called h of x. Let's find h of 0. So go to x equals 0 and go up or down to find your y. So at x equals 0, if I go up, I hit the graph at 3. So h of 0 is equal to 3. Next, let's find h of -2. So go to x equals -2 and go up or down to hit the graph. At x equals -2, I have to go up to hit the graph, and it corresponds to y equals 1. So h of -2 is equal to 1. For our next example, find h of 5. So x is 5, and again go to x equals 5 and go up or down to hit the graph. So if I go to x equals 5, I have to go down, and I land on an open circle. When that happens, you always say undefined. So that point would not be included in your domain. For what values of x is h of x equal to 0? So this is a question where I don't know x, but I know the y value is 0. So you want to go to y equals 0 and go sideways to hit the graph. So at y equals 0, if I go left, I hit the graph at -4. So x equals -4 is one x answer. If I go right, I hit the graph at +4. So for the values of x that are equal to 0, it would be at -4 and 4. And for our last example, if what value of x is h of x equal to -4? So we don't know x, but we know y is -4. So go to y equals -4, go left and right to hit the graph. So y equals -4 is down at the bottom, and you have to go left, and you hit the graph at a closed-in point, and that's corresponding to x equals -5.